Greetings. I'm Elder Blacklight, and today I thought I'd slow down making videos and give you videos in degrees to show you that the teachings of Master Farad Muhammad to his servant, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, is the real deal. And how I, over the years, 74 years on being on the planet, studied and researched and proven that his teachings are real, and how I could tell what's real and righteous, and how his teachings, Master Farad Muhammad's teachings, resonated in my very being. And maybe I can convince some of you to tune in to my thoughts via YouTube. Now, first thing I want to say is this, that we don't know how our ancestors really lived. We didn't have no one to really tell us how our ancestors lived before we came to the shores of America, and before the Native American encountered the Caucasian. We only have the Caucasians' words and history on how our ancestors were. And they don't know too much, because when you go to school, you start off with the caveman when you're taking up history. Now that's a key element, because we're not talking Bible, we're not talking religion, a religious viewpoint. We're talking how they teach it in public schools, how they taught me in Detroit public schools, maybe 70, maybe 68 years ago. Now, let me tell you this. My mother, I was born in 1946. My mother was pregnant and attending the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in Detroit Temple No. 1. She wasn't a registered Muslim yet. She was teaching. She was learning and being taught by her brother. Also, Brother Malcolm, she worked right alongside him when she became a registered Muslim. But around the age of 7, or somewhere around there, she didn't stop going as much. And we'll get into that in another day. It took me out and completely went back into Christianity. Started back eating pork and whatever. So now, I wasn't raised Christian though. She didn't go to church. My father told her that he don't want me to go to church or wherever she was going to, because he didn't go to church. My father didn't believe in that. My father told her, let me decide when I get older, decide which way I want to go. If I want to be a Muslim or be a Christian or be whatever. But my basic teachings that I was hearing when I was very young was the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I remember when I was very, very young, it was real hot in the heat. We was in the temple, and I was sitting with my mother. That's how young I was. I couldn't sit by myself or with the FOI, with the young fruit. I had to sit with her. I was real young, man, maybe about 2 or 3. And I remember the blackboard had a American flag and the flag of Islam, the flag of the nation, and a black man hanging. And it had the War of Armageddon. They say, which one will survive the War of Armageddon? That's where we at now. That's where we at now. So I can testify. I bear witness. See, I can testify. I wasn't brainwashed into Islam. You know, like I say, my mother, she got out when she was 7. When I was 7. So I had a variety of teaching. I had different circles. I didn't stick with one circle. I had 2 uncles that were straight up gangsters that dealt with Jewish people because one of my uncles, he had a legit, he had a store, a grocery store as a front. And the wholesalers mostly will be Jewish. And that's where he get his supplies and his produce from. He taught me how to hustle like that. And Italians. So I got a knowledge of Jewish people. I got a knowledge of Italians. And I got a knowledge of hillbillies. Because before I moved over there on Wildermere, I lived on the east side, on a street called Field, right across the street from Belle Isle on Jefferson, right on the corner of Field and Jefferson. In a 3-family flat. And right across the street were hillbillies. And I ran with them. And I know how they roll. So I got an education in the streets, education in the university, in the college, Wayne County Community College. I got a pretty well-rounded education and a pretty good well-rounded view of this present world. Now you don't have to listen to me, but I advise you to. I'm gonna call it like it really is. If a brother ain't right, I'm gonna say he ain't right. Sister ain't right, I'm gonna say she ain't right. Because one time the elders were the leaders in the community, in the village, in the village. And this is what we got to go back to. That's why the coronavirus is killing elders and killing black men. So right now I'm being spared. Maybe it's a reason for that. So keep on listening for the next one. The numbers ain't coming up, so I'm gonna slow down on making videos. But maybe this will entice you to tune into the next video. So keep your eyes glued to Black Light Soul School channel. I'm gonna take your soul to school. Black Light.